friends, we are live again tonight and just wanted to welcome you, whether you're on Facebook, whether you're on Twitter, Twitch, Periscope, YouTube, and a number of destinations or a number of destinations on those platforms. I am going to forego the normal probably 3 or 4 minutes that I normally start out with, encouraging people to get a YouTube channel started, encouraging people to get an email list up and going. Just suffice to say, I still highly recommend you do those things. There is a link in the description for ConvertKit, which is a free email marketing platform. So check that out. Really wanted to go live as early as possible tonight because I think I have something to share that if you're in any kind of business and you see the promises of live streaming like I do, that you're not going to want to miss what I have to share tonight. And I will also say I'm having some trouble with my internet, so the stream may have some difficulty. So if we actually go dark, just hang out and we'll get back up as soon as possible. But wanted to share with you tonight about a service that I literally just found out about a couple of hours ago. You know, I try to stay active on different Facebook groups, various other places where I can try to keep a pulse on technology, and this is definitely in the area of live streaming. So I'm just going to jump right into it and try to get this in under 30 minutes. I literally spent about an hour and a half watching a YouTube video on this service, and just let me tell you what it is. So, and there's a link in the description. If you go to that link to a place called AppSumo, and if you search for Switchboard, then you'll be able to see the product, the service, the cloud-based service that I'm talking about. The link doesn't take you directly to that offer, but if you just go in the top left, and actually I'll show you real quick. So if you go to AppSumo here, I'm already there, but if I back up one, and you should be seeing my screen, and you do. If you go up to here, sorry, let me back up one more. And if you go to the link that I shared, and then you type in Switchboard, so this is what you'll, I think, see potentially when you start. So if you search up here for Switchboard and then hit enter, you'll get to the product offering. So I'm gonna switch back to me for a moment, but this is what we're going to talk about here in a minute. So let me share with you what Switchboard actually is. Many of you, if you're coming from the coaching community that we have, I know you're familiar with StreamYard, and StreamYard is amazing. And this tool, by the way, is not, in my way of thinking of it, really a competitor. It is something that adds to what you already have. I'm going to try to go through some of the use cases for Switchboard because I'm a big StreamYard user, and I also have OneStream, which allows you to, previously until they upgraded it, mostly allowed you to restream, if you will, pre-recorded video. I use that a lot with nonprofits and other companies and organizations that want to show pre-recorded videos live on the different platforms. So my first thought was, okay, how does this Switchboard product compete with or overlap with either StreamYard or OneStream, because it's one of its main things that it does. And I'm going to try to keep this as high level as possible, but I'm actually super, super excited about this product. I'm definitely going to be getting it. But so StreamYard does allow you to go to multiple destinations. It does allow you to basically stream pre-recorded videos. If you have that video uploaded to StreamYard, there's size limitations, and they've just increased those, but there's still size limitations. Or if you have something like an A10 Mini, which I have, then you can play pre-recorded videos that way. OneStream makes that even easier. So those are some of the things that are, that I already had capability of. Now we're Switchboard comes in is I don't even know where to start. So I'm just going to start with some of the things that you can do with it that you can't do with StreamYard. So let's assume for a moment that you've been using StreamYard and you're going live to, I don't know, 3 destinations. Okay. Now, StreamYard certainly allows you to do that. With the free account, you can go to 2 destinations. You can go to more if you're paying. One of the things that Switchboard allows you to do, and I'll tell you why this might be very beneficial here in a moment, but it will allow you to midstream or any point in time after you've started the stream, you can actually go back to any one of the multiple destinations that you're streaming to and change both the title and description. Can't really do that, I don't believe, with StreamYard. It's certainly more difficult. So why would you want to do that? Imagine for a moment, this is only one thing that comes to my mind, but imagine for a moment that you're having a multi-hour live stream and it's continuous, but you're going to have either different guests come on at different times. You're going to have very distinct topics that you're going to talk about. Let's say your order of show is the first hour, it's about this. Second hour, it's about that. Third hour, it's about this. So imagine for a moment, at least while it's live, you could very quickly go in. For the first hour, you've got the first title and description. Second hour, you have another title and description. Third hour, you have yet again another title and another description. And oh, by the way, in those titles, more so in the description, maybe you have different links in that description for that period of time. And then maybe after the show is over, you have, in essence, the combined descriptions, maybe in some kind of section. So you could have all these things pre-written out, cut and paste them in, save it, and at the end, cut and paste a description that describes what the whole live stream was about. So that's that, and that's amazing to me. The other nice feature, which, again, I don't think that you can do, or it's not as easy from what I've seen with StreamYard, is I can, let's say that I have, again, 4 destinations live. I can take any one of those down really easy with Switchboard. I can even have groups, and I can take one group down, leave the other group up. I can start all the groups at the same time, but I have the flexibility to shut down a stream. So imagine this scenario. Imagine that you're trying to, get your community to where they're following you or taking in your content on multiple different platforms. So again, assume a multi-hour, or maybe within, or even within an hour. Let's say that you want the first hour to, be on Facebook. And then the second hour, you're exclusively only going to continue the stream on YouTube. And maybe the third hour, it's only on Twitter or Periscope. Now, again, depending on what you're actually putting out there, you may find that your community may or may not be so happy about having to switch around. So you can think about how this would be useful to you in your own way. Of course, before you go and take a stream down, you could provide a link in the description and just make sure people know. You could say, hey, we're basically ending our Facebook stream. Come on over to YouTube where we're going to continue. That would be one. Another example, which I think is maybe even more applicable, let's say, imagine a scenario where the first 15 minutes, maybe even the first 30 minutes of a stream, you want to be free for what is ultimately going to be a paid type of activity. So what you could do is go live on multiple streams and shut down the one stream after 15 minutes, after 30 minutes, whatever for you it is. Shut the one down where there's not a paywall behind it. And of course, the one where people are paying is ongoing. You could take a short break, maybe after that 15 minutes, figure out some way to do it, play some music, whatever. If people have already paid for your event, they're going to hang around for 5 minutes, and that would give people the opportunity that were checking out the live stream to come join the paid version. And then what you would do is potentially offer a replay for everyone that actually, paid for it. So again, use your own imagination. Of course, your own ways of using this would be totally unique to you. But the other one, and this is a big one, imagine your content going viral. And what I mean by that is, imagine a scenario where you could send out emails, or you could send text messages, you can send instant messaging through Messenger, whatever way you have to be able to communicate with your community. You could coordinate in advance an event, and basically what you can do is you can share a link, and anyone that clicks on that link can make their page available to you, so that when you stream the event that you're going to stream, it will go on all of those pages. So imagine that you have, and I'm going to talk to my Young Living friends if any of those are on there. I'm a part of a men's group that of men that are involved in Young Living, either directly or indirectly through their spouse or whatever. But imagine that you have a team under you, and maybe it's a pretty big team. And let's imagine that you have 20 pages represented in your total team. So you as the leader, and then several other folks that are, big enough that they've decided they want their own page on Facebook or YouTube or whatever. They can basically give you the authorization without you having to know any passwords, without you having to have admin rights or anything. They can basically give you the rights to stream and then revoke them after a one-time thing, or they could leave it open until their time to close it. So again, let's imagine that you're now going live on 21 different pages simultaneously. So imagine the ability to get that message out there. Now, this is better in my mind than watch parties, because with watch parties, it's similar, but with a watch party, people have to actually start it, all those kind of things. With this, your individual page owners don't have to do anything. All they have to do is acknowledge up front, hey, yes, I'm going to let you do this. And, maybe it's not 20, maybe it's 50. I know with some of these Young Living teams, they're huge. Maybe you're not in Young Living, but maybe I'm also connected with life coaches, right? Maybe you want to do a collaborative thing where you're using StreamYard to present in different areas, and you're not really, so concerned about, okay, I might get this coaching gig and you might, and if it's not a true competitive type of thing, then you could pool your resources, pool your ability to present something of value to your combined audiences, and then you can go live on everyone's page at the same time, and no need for a watch party. So that's amazing. Now, the amazing thing about this is there's this service called AppSumo, and basically AppSumo, and I'm going to show you one of the screens in a moment, go back to it at least. AppSumo is a service where they help companies basically launch services, software, that type of thing at these ridiculous one-time lifetime pricing. So for example, you pay $59 and you get access to this service for life. You can do what stacking. You can stack multiple codes, and then you can get even more of that service for life. I did this with OneStream, the tool that allows me to basically run a pre-recorded video as live, and I've used that extensively. I've more than recouped my money, and with this Switchboard, given where they're headed with this tool, I'm buying as many codes as I can, probably 5 codes, and I would literally be able to have. Well, I'll just show you. So let's go ahead and go now. I'm going to go to my other screen. And as you can see here, this is the AppSumo. So one other thing, of course, you could go directly to AppSumo and do it yourself. But if you use my link, you'll get $10 off. So this $59 becomes $49. And so I'm going to actually click on this, and I'm going to show you for a moment what you get for $49 if you use my link. And I could spend 3 hours talking about this. I'm just going to skim it. You're going to have to use my link and go do some of the reading up yourself and maybe watch the video yourself. But if we go down here to the different codes, let me try to explain to you how this works. So let's talk about the features for a moment. So the first one is lifetime access to the Pro plan. You have to redeem your codes, which you get within 60 days. I obviously recommend that you redeem those immediately. You get all future Pro plan updates, so it's not like you're going to pay this money and then they're going to do all these updates that you don't get. So that's amazing. Again, you can stack up to 5 codes. I'll describe that a little bit more a little bit later. If you already have Switchboard, which probably most of my audience doesn't, but if you do, I'd love to hear if you do have it or if you've used it. Please share with us in the comments your experience. You get a 60-day money-back guarantee, so even after you've paid, no matter the reason, no questions asked, you get your money back. It's a pretty good deal. You could, spend the $49. Again, if you use my code and use it for 60 days or use it for 59 days, and if you just really don't like it, don't see how you're going to continue to use it and get your money out of it, then you can ask for a refund. You get Stream Share, which is the ability that I was talking about, where you can basically go live on all your friends' pages. Now, it truly is pages. I don't think you can do this with groups or with personal profiles. I'm not sure, but definitely with pages. That's still amazing. You get the 10 megabit per second bit rate. That's a super technical thing that I'm not going to go into. You do have support from 9 to 5 Eastern time. And there is no branding. So in other words, just like StreamYard, if you're using the free account, you have a StreamYard logo on there. There is no branding if you go with this. So that's $59. You get all of that. Here's the amazing thing. We're talking $59 lifetime. They're putting a value of $1,188. And I honestly don't even know how they're calculating that, because if we go look here for a minute at the pricing on Switchboard's actual site, you can see the Pro plan is $99 a month. If you do it quarterly, you get some type of a discount, or annually you get some type of a discount. But so that's, after 3 years of using it, you're well over the 1,188. So maybe it's based on 2 years or something like that. But I mean, actually, if you stack up to 5 codes, and I'm going to show you by going here and say select more codes, 5 is the most you can get, $295 one time, and you get 15 users. I can't even really describe to you what that means. I'm going to be getting the 15 users and having, in essence, an agency model. That means I could literally have 15 different people using this in 15 different locations on 15 different computers, running 15 different live streams, connecting in total up to 60 simultaneous streams. So 15, I don't even know what that is. That's what, 5 simultaneous streams, or 5 number of destinations per user. And then you can do the Stream Share, and you get this branded page. And again, I could talk about this for hours, but with the branded page, you basically, with that, you can tell someone to go to the link. They give you a link. They give you, in essence, a landing page. From that, people can sign up which destinations of theirs they will allow you to go live to, and then that's in your Switchboard, and you can go live on all of those. Truly, just mind-boggling, game-changing capability. And so at the $295 here, that's just investing in just all kinds of capability. So, and I will tell you, yes, if you use my link, I get $10, but you save 10, I get 10. It's a win-win, because if you just go straight to AppSumo, you're going to pay the full price, and I don't get $10 for every code. I basically get $10 for every person that clicks. But go to AppSumo without my link. I really don't care. This offer is just so amazing that I'm like, I have to show people and go and tell people about it. Let's go back for a moment. Again, you're looking at here, streaming to 10 destinations, stream share, 10 team members, you get 15 with 5 stacking codes. Encoder workflows, you get 10. Unlimited hours, yes. Watermarking, I believe you'll get. Yes, you'll get. Embedded HTML media player is coming, which that means basically you could literally on your blog, your website, whatever, you could embed an HTML code that would allow people to watch your live stream in essence from your web page. And we're talking $3,000 a year, and you're getting the equivalent of most, if not all of this, for $295 one time. It's not even a hesitation in my mind, especially given where we're going with all this. So I'm going to come back on screen now, looking back to make sure I'm showing, and just want to see if there's any questions, any comments. I'm going to take a brief pause here. That's a mouthful in a short period of time. The other thing I will say is, or share with you, is there are, I think, up to 15 destinations called out, your most common ones: YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Periscope, Facebook, a number of others that I've never heard of. But what you also have is the ability to go to an RTMP link. So in other words, if you have some other destination that you want to stream to where this Switchboard has not integrated to, as long as they have an RTMP connection, then you're golden. And most any streaming platform of any significance has the RTMP capabilities, so you're most likely going to be able to stream to anything you want. And there are, by the way, a lot of different platforms where you can put a paywall behind it, which basically just means that, hey, they're only going to be able to enter in to that stream if they have paid something to do so. So I think I'm just going to talk a little bit more about how this complements StreamYard, because I talk so much about StreamYard and use it so extensively. What this really means, for example, is you could just get the StreamYard account that allows you to go to the least number of destinations. I think it's 5. Wouldn't even have to use all of those. You could literally just go live only to the, imagine this for a moment, you could go live only to the RTMP capability that StreamYard has, bring that into Switchboard, and then you have all those capabilities of ending certain streams, changing descriptions, changing titles, having groups. Now, this is the other thing I didn't talk about with groups and Switchboard that is amazing. So imagine that you want, and this is, this is something you can do in StreamYard again, but I just think Switchboard makes it a little bit easier. Imagine where you want to have different descriptions for each of your live streams. Now, the cool thing that you can do with that, which definitely isn't in StreamYard, you can customize in StreamYard each destination before you actually go live, have a different title, have a different description. Yes, it totally does that. But with Switchboard, you can have these templates, and especially, I would argue, if you're streaming to YouTube, and again, especially if you're streaming to multiple YouTube destinations through friends that you have, other team members that may have their own YouTube channel, that description can be fairly lengthy with URL codes to go to different things. And you can have that in a template form. So in other words, you don't have to retype it every time. So I know when I go live on YouTube, although on YouTube, if you're uploading a video, you can have it upload a default description. When you go live, that default description doesn't come up. So I literally have to go in after I go live and bring in the links that I have in there that are always in there. So again, apply that to things that you might want to do, and I think you would see how it would be helpful. So this is the earliest I've ever gone live. Again, this is the 16. I don't even think I said we're going live for 100 days straight. For those of you that are watching this, maybe for the first time ever, we decided now 16 days ago to go live every night for 100 days. And so this is day 16. I don't think I've even said that at the beginning, but if this is the first time you're watching this, unfortunately not been able to go live until 11 at night Central Standard Time here in Texas, or 11:30 one night. Even didn't get going until after midnight. So I always say if I go live after midnight, it's technically in Central Standard Time. It's the next day. I just claim West Coast time and go live anyway. I much prefer actually going live about this time. It just doesn't work out normally because I do want to spend some time with my kids before they go to bed and all that. So I am going to wrap this one up pretty soon and spend some time with my kids before they go to bed. But hit me up on email, direct message, however, if you've got questions or comments about this. I'm super excited about the capabilities. I'll say for those that are thinking maybe, if you will, outside of the box, now with this, I literally could manage and help facilitate multiple live streams simultaneously. It would be hard for me as one individual in some cases, but I see myself building a team of people that I can trust that understand this technology. And again, I'm in Granbury, Texas, great little town. Technically I'm in Toller, but one thing that Granbury has a lot of is a lot of venues, musicians. And so imagine if you're a musician, for example, and you have a number of fans or a number of groups and somewhere or another associated Facebook pages, YouTube channels that would allow you to live stream onto their platform as well. Imagine how many more people you can reach. So, to play this out, let's say I'm a musician, I'm going to play Friday night, and I've maybe got literally even a radio station. A radio station could, for that one night, give you the ability to live stream onto their page. If you're a country and western singer, let's say that's your genre, maybe a saddle company, a well-known saddle company, or a well-known boot company, well-known Western wear company that has a page. Maybe they want to offer, for example, the opportunity for their community, for those connected with their page, to take in this live concert. So the advantage to the musician is they're getting more exposure. Maybe they have their songs on Spotify or various other places where people could go and buy it. That's just an amazing thing. So those are some of the things that I'm going to be looking at doing, taking this capability and using it beyond what I need for myself and help others, other businesses to do the same. So, comes to mind that if this is just kind of over your head or some technology that you just don't feel like for whatever reason you would want to operate on a regular basis yourself, but you do actually capture the value of what it could bring with regards to exposure and reach, that type of thing, again, talk to me more about that. I'm sure we could work something out. I'm going to have basically the ability to have 15 people using this simultaneously, going live from 10 different locations, if you will. Think of it as 10 different computers with 10 different feeds, and up to 60 destinations, and those destinations are just the destinations that you control. I don't believe that that includes the destinations of this concept called Stream Share. I don't know how it could. Maybe it does. So, you would be, if it does, and I'm going to try to find that out, you'd be limited some, but 60 destinations is still an amazing number. The guy that I watched on the video, he's like, I can't wait for the time, or I would love to see the time when someone goes to 60 destinations simultaneously. But I think that's where we're going to leave it. We're at about the 30-minute mark. I've said, I think, everything I want to say. Go to strammel.info/switchboard, just like it sounds, switchboard all together, strammel.info/switchboard. Can't lose. You get $10 off if you use that code. You get 60 days to try it out. And the other cool thing that I should mention, you can get one code for $49, and then if you see that you're really going to love it, you can actually go ahead and go buy more codes, up to 5. You'd buy 4 more, and then you could get, that's called stacking, and then you get everything that you would get if you had bought 5 codes. So a lot of people buy one code initially, try it out. If they like it, then if they want to get upgrade a little bit more, then they go for it. So at $295 again for the for the 5 codes, the most you can get. It's an amazing value. And again, for those of you that have teams or collaborate with people on a regular basis, maybe not the 5, but a 3 or a 4 code scenario would be pretty amazing. Let me just go one more time to that and show you how this works. So if I click on just 3 codes, for example, so you can see 1 code and 2 code here, but if I go to 3 codes, you can have 7 users. That means 7 different people logged in and managing. That's not necessarily 7 streams, but 7 different people that could log in. And so maybe you have 5 people logged in, and one person is responsible for looking at the time and the order of show, and one way or another y'all are communicating, and their job is to shut off a particular stream at a certain time or bring on a stream. So that's the other thing. In other words, you could have a stream that's in already going, and so maybe you want to bring one destination in only after you've been going live for an hour. That's another thing that's pretty amazing. Again, I don't think you can do that with StreamYard. 15 simultaneous streaming destinations, so you can go to 15 destinations, and 3 encoder workflow inputs. Now, that's the part which means I could have, of those 7 users, 3 of those users could actually be basically conducting their own live stream. So in my example, I could have 3 different individuals at 3 different venues logged in and managing and running their own live stream, all for a one-time fee of $177, which is just insane, honestly. And you get a Stream Share branded page. That's the first time with 3 that is worth it alone, and we've already talked about that. 4 codes, it's normally just more of the same. 10 users, you get 3 more users. You get twice as many simultaneous streaming destinations, 8 encoding or encoder workflows. So that in this case, I could have 8 people running 8 different live streams. And then with 5, you get an insane amount, 60 simultaneous streams and 10 encoder workflows. Just, again, truly amazing. And that's all we're going to share. So would love to hear your comments. Let me know if you go check it out. Love to see, or love to hear what you think. Go to that link, check it out. And let me see here. I'm just going to, for those that maybe are not able to see it for right now, I'm going to put in the link. Sorry, I'm not talking. It's kind of hard to talk and type sometimes, actually, but let's put it in there. And then I'm going to show this. So now you can see the comment there. So that's the link. I'm going to show it at least on all the destinations where I can show it. If you're in a group, by the way, if you're in one of my groups, you can't actually, when you comment, I'm not able to see who it is that's commenting, which is fine if you don't want to be seen. But if you don't mind, I'd love to always acknowledge those that are commenting. You have to actually give Facebook the authorization to show your name. You can still comment, and I will actually still see the comment, but it'll just say Facebook user. So hopefully you're able to go check this out. The one last thing I will say is please go over to my YouTube channel, strammel.info/YouTube, and subscribe. Turn on notifications. I'm sure there'll be other times where I'm super excited about the content of the stream for the night. And, YouTube's going to be the place where I'm going to also promote the most. I'm hoping, well, not hoping. When I started to say I'm hoping I'll be able to do a giveaway, I know for a fact on YouTube I'm going to be doing a giveaway as soon as I get to 1,000 subscribers. So come on over to YouTube. When we get to 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to be giving away maybe a couple of different things because my audience is somewhat broad. I do a lot of video type things. So I've got some lights and various other things that I'll be giving away, which would be very helpful to those that are producing videos. But honestly, some of these, I'll just show you one, some of these RGB lights that I'm getting here. Let me take this out of its little thing. Allow you to, I can literally use this. Sometimes I use this when I was working on my dryer the other day. I wasn't able to fix it, but nonetheless, we finally had to call someone. But I was just using this so I could see what I was doing. I would typically use a flashlight, but I can turn this on, and as you can see, just a little light. So some things like this I'll be giving away, and it's useful whether you do video or not. So come on and check it out. And until night 17, this is, I promise, the last thing. I am going to be AWOL to a certain extent the next couple of days, so I will go live one way or another. I'm toying with the idea of pre-recording some videos, but I'll be using StreamYard to do that. StreamYard allows you to record only, and then you can, edit that, do whatever you want. I won't be editing them. I will be acting exactly like I would on a live night, and then I'll upload those and schedule them to go that night. The thing that I think is kind of cool about that is the quality of the video should be just the same as it would be on any given night when I go live, because although you're recording, it's still going, in essence, streaming to StreamYard and recording it there. So, my titles have been live streaming in 2021 with StreamYard. It will still be the case that the video was streamed to StreamYard. It just so happens that when I run it back on that night, I'll be using OneStream. So, I've got StreamYard. I have OneStream, which I've already mentioned and talked about earlier. And then, I'm going to be investing, if you will, in this Switchboard. Switchboard, by the way, has done events for companies as big as Harley Davidson, Hurley, Nike, I think, and a lot of them. So they've got a lot of, had a lot of heavy hitters, if you will, that they've supported. So I think they know what they're doing. They've got the technology, and, I don't think you have to worry about that type of thing. So you use this for a year, though, and, you've already paid yourself back. If they belly up, which, again, I don't think they will, but if they belly up, you're going to more than have already recovered what you paid. And, if they continue to be around, which, again, I believe that they will for years to come, because streaming's only going to get more and more important used even more and more. They're going to be adding more things. And again, the cool thing about this lifetime deal is you're not buying into what it's capable of doing now only. You get all the upgrades, you get all the new things that they do. I did this with OneStream. They've already updated some capability in OneStream, and every one of those new capabilities are available to me as well. OneStream even now has the ability to stream live, similar to StreamYard or Restream. All of these companies that didn't have it are adding the ability to actually have a live streaming capability. Switchboard does not have that, so you do have to have an encoder, quote unquote. So StreamYard is in essence an encoder. If you're using OBS, that's an encoder. If you're using Ecamm Live, that would be considered an encoder. vMix is another one, and there are others that I'm not as familiar with. But if you're a StreamYard user, this is an amazing add-on capability that I will be talking more about. This is one of the things that I think I will be doing a number of videos on so that people can follow the journey. So get access to it so that you can follow along with me as I learn how to use it, as I figure out new ways to help businesses, to help people, entrepreneurs use live streaming to gain influence, impact, and income. Influence, impact, and income. That's my tagline that I think I'm going to be using, in the digital space. So we're going to leave it at that. I hope everyone has a great evening. If you're watching this in a different time zone, maybe it's morning, have a great morning, good afternoon. If you're watching the replay, thanks for watching it. And until tomorrow, we're out. All right. Bye.